Turn to a story that we've covered a lot here on the Town Hall and on Channel 2, problems with the Western Regional Off-Track Betting, or OTB. It's a government-owned corporation that runs betting parlors, and it generates revenue for municipalities and the state and counties. Well, there have been a lot of accusations over the years of OTB executives taking money and resources for themselves, essentially at the expense of taxpayers, spending money on things like expensive health benefit programs, even luxury boxes at sporting events. Well, today, former State Senator George Maziar spoke about a lawsuit that he has now filed against the agency, accusing it of using revenue as a slush fund, an ATM, and a piggy bank. He points to an internal memo from the OTB's own staff questioning the health benefits.
The 6-page memorandum concluded without any hesitation that it was improper, illegal for the board members to receive this hundreds of thousands of dollars a year benefit from Western Region OTB. They continue to do it anyway. It's just such a level of arrogance, of a sense of entitlement, and it's got to stop, and it's going to stop.
Well, joining us live now to talk about it is someone who's been covering this whole saga for a long time, Mark Scheer from Investigative Post. Mark, good to see you. I wonder if you can walk us through the accusations in this lawsuit and how they relate to what you and Investigative Post have been reporting on this for a long time now.
Michael, how you doing? Well, what the former Senator George Maziar is essentially saying here is that as a public benefit corporation, OTB and officials at OTB should be using the funds that are generated by OTB operations. For example, operations at Batavia Downs Casino in Batavia for the public's benefit. And essentially what he's saying in his lawsuit is their use of promotional money from OTB to purchase tickets to sporting events and concerts and other events that they've attended themselves or family members have attended. That is one of the things that draws away from money being given back to the municipalities that are supposed to benefit from off-track betting. Another concern that he has raised is directors of OTB currently receive what he describes as premium health insurance coverage for essentially part-time board work. And that is something that, again, he is now saying in a lawsuit in court that he believes they should have to reimburse the taxpayers for.
We've heard about a lot of investigations into OTB over the years, right? I know that the state comptroller, did an audit that revealed a lot of stuff. Obviously, your reporting and Investigative Post has shed a lot of light on what's going on here. But why a lawsuit like this? I mean, it seems, we always talk about standing in court and who is actually, a victim of this type of alleged behavior. Any reason to think this lawsuit in civil court could succeed?
Well, I mean, to hear the senator say it today, he said he's frustrated. There has been reporting, we've done reporting about the FBI and other investigations into the activities at off-track betting. The Attorney General was asked to weigh in on the appropriateness of this health insurance for the directors. The state controller has already deemed that practice as impermissible. So he expressed frustration and essentially said, since there's not been enough activity, in his opinion, that he feels it's necessary now to take it to court. So we will see how that plays out in court. OTB has responded late today, and they are describing this as not really a lawsuit, but more of a publicity stunt. So we'll see what happens in court.
Finally, Mark, and if you can, I'm almost out of time here, but I just wonder, the average person watching this probably didn't even know that OTB is one of these kind of publicly owned corporations, right? Sort of quasi-government. Why is it that people should care about what OTB does? I mean, we mentioned there off the top about, the revenue that's generated here goes to local governments, right?
Right. Well, I mean, by its very nature, it's a public benefit corporation. That's the nature of OTB. And what they do in terms of raising funds and generating revenue is supposed to benefit the counties in the city of Buffalo, city of Rochester, in Western New York. So I think when people say, well, why should people care? If you think about the idea that representatives from OTB, executives at OTB, family members attended sporting events, went to Bills games, went to Buffalo Sabres games, went to concerts. In some cases, as we've documented in our reporting and has been documented by state auditors, they used public money to buy food and drinks at these events. So there's that. Then there's the health insurance. You know, a lot of people in Western New York struggle with health insurance and the cost of health insurance. A lot of workers at OTB don't get the same level of benefit that is being provided to what are part-time board members.
Yeah, it adds up to a lot of money, there's no doubt. Mark Scheer is a reporter with Investigative Post, and you can see a lot more of his extensive coverage on this right now at investigativepost.org. Mark, good to see you. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you. Take care.